Flying over the Sahara Desert, one of the hottest, driest and deadliest places on the planet. 3.5 million square miles of cooker, the size of the US. I'm going to help you understand why population is important. The Sahara Desert is enormous, a quarter of the African continent sprawling across 11 countries. This place will cook you and kill you if you don't know what you're doing. So deserts are really sparsely populated. That is, there aren't many people per square kilometre. And there's some very good reasons for that. The first is that thing up there is trying to cook you alive. And the second reason, there isn't an awful lot of water out here. So as a result, not many people live here. Once the sun goes down, temperatures drop below freezing. So having the skills to light a fire can help you survive the night. Come on. Come on. Yes, gotcha. You're going to edit this right, so I look really good. Like I know what I'm doing. Yeah, of course. That's alright then. But it isn't just deserts which are sparsely populated. Here in the rainforest, it's also sparsely populated because it's hot, it's wet, in fact, it's very wet, and there are also a lot of things around that are trying to eat you or sting you. Most days start with cloudless skies, and by midday temperatures can reach 33 degrees. The rising hot air carries water vapour high into the sky, forming towering thunderstorm clouds. By mid-afternoon, torrential rainstorms occur. You can almost set your watch by it. I'm heading on a 23-hour flight to the western side of the US to have a look at somewhere a little more densely populated. So here we are, we finally arrived in Vegas. No one's going to believe that. We're clearly in Blackpool. Look, I'm not doing this anymore, this is rubbish. Bear Grylls doesn't have this. So, I finally arrived in Vegas. And this place is seriously densely populated. At 4,400 people per square kilometre here. That's higher than in London. But it isn't just tourism that attracts people to this area. Although $43 billion in revenue last year is pretty high. It's also famous for farming and has some of the biggest farms in the whole of the US. But you don't have to travel to the other side of the world to see differences in population density. In London behind me, the population density here is about 5,000 people per square kilometre. People flock in their droves to London, to get jobs. The transport infrastructure is better, it's connected to Europe. The area was flat land, which was great for building on, and of course it's got a river, which made it an early seaport. But if we travel further north, we find that on the whole, population density starts to decrease. Take, for example, Yorkshire. So behind me, can you keep the noise down? Yeah, here in Yorkshire, the population density here is only about 270 people per square kilometre. And you can see why, can't you? Will you shut up? Anyway, here it's more difficult to live. The hills make it more difficult to build on. And don't even get me started about the weather. You know, it rains a lot. And that makes it a less favourable place to live. Oh, I'm getting out of here. Behind me is the population pyramid for a low-income country. It's a traditional triangle shape. It's got a wide base, which signifies a high birth rate. It's got rapidly tapering sides, which means that a lot of people die. And there aren't many people in the elderly bracket at the top of the pyramid, suggesting that they have a low life expectancy. Whereas, if we look at the UK's pyramid, this one is very different. The base is much narrower, and that means that we have a much lower birth rate, because you guys are really expensive. The sides are fairly square, and that's good news. That means that people stay alive longer due to improvements in medical care. And if you look at the top of the pyramid, there's also a lot of elderly people. And elderly people are great, but they also cause some problems when trying to manage things like the National Health Service. Let's take a closer look. As the UK population ages, healthcare is going to cost more. More knee and hip replacements, eye and hearing tests, more money is going to be needed for TV licences, bus passes and winter fuel allowances. Pensions are going to cost more, and all this has to be funded by the government. But there are some positives. The population is increasingly remaining active in later life. Many grandparents are providing childcare, allowing parents to return to work. A healthier older population increases the labour market, and pensioners generally have a higher disposable income, which can be spent on goods and services.